gone 5 sets. So as we talked about at the outset, it always seems to be a good one when these two match up in the Little Apple. The block to begin, Skinner into Boulding, and K-State off and running.
Yeah, Boulding's been so good. I really like her blocking. Obviously, we've talked a lot about it this season for her, but also her offense has really got going. But great start for Boulding, always a good sign for the Wildcats when she gets involved early.
Right side, Molly Phillips, but into the net was K-State. Be called on Anaya Clinton. As you would suspect, Texas extremely good everywhere across the front of the net.
Yeah, you really can't go wrong, you know, across the line. So K-State's block has to stay true. Use good vision, get their feet there, and just make a good move. Not try to reach or do too much or get a net violation like they just did.
Service there by the Longhorns, Emma Halter, who last year played sparingly as a defensive specialist, took over the libero duties this year. A lot to replace in some key spots for Texas. They do bring back Skinner. They do bring back Phillips and O'Neal. Those are all preseason all-conference picks. They get Wennis, the transfer from Minnesota. But still some pieces to change coming off the national championship. And Skinner misfires out of bounds. K-State with the early lead. And Texas a little bit not on their game to start.
Yeah, Coach Elliott earlier this week did talk about how their team tends to start a little slow in that first set.
Get more on that from Sophie Smith here in just a second. Sims with the serve. Sims with a dig on O'Neal. Gets to Carter. And Ania Carter with a kill in the back corner. So already 4-1 K-State. And as Texas starts a little sluggish, Sophie, more from you.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. They suffered a few losses early in the season, just as well as getting down and had to fight back. Coach Elliott said that they need to get out the gates faster. They've let a lot of game ones, which is not ideal when you're going into the NCAA tournament. They're aware of it, and they're going to use it as motivation to move forward.
Yeah, as you said, at this point, Texas, listen, you're number 3 in the country, your RPI is in the top 3. Your NCAA tournament ticket is punched, and you're going to host, most likely, in the first and maybe even the second round of games of the Sweet 16. Now it's all about improving your seeding, making sure you're hitting on all rhythms.
Yeah, and you know, really playing your best volleyball going in late November, early December. You want to just be firing all cylinders. So losing that first set is not how he wants to start every match.
No doubt. Now, the positive would be that if you're Texas, you get down a little bit early, even dropping a couple of sets. We saw it against Baylor. They dropped the first 2, able to come back. You now know that you can come back against anybody and win.
Yeah, that's where the veteran play of the players like O'Neal and Skinner really plays a factor.
K-State could not have asked for a better start. We'll see if Texas uses a timeout here early. Jared Elliott made eye contact with a floor official, Daryl Korniak, but decided not to burn it on the ace by Boulding. Middle blocker for the Wildcats, who always has a very good serve. Just across the tape, popped up by Swindle. They'll get it out to Skinner, and she'll finish. Quite the turn by the Longhorns.
Yeah, good heads up by Swindle there. Just that ball trickling over the net so many times. Nobody's there to retrieve it. She was there and made a good play.
All-American setter in the high school ranks. In her first year running the show for the Longhorns. Now Skinner, speaking of All-Americans, in the back line, good serve. Sims will take it. Gregorski getting the start at right side hitter. More on that in a second. Battle above the net. And K-State will not be able to play it. Texas gets back-to-back points. So, Katie Fernholz, who had been a middle for her career, started that way at the beginning of this season, got moved to right side hitter and had been there as K-State made this late season push. There she is on the bench. Fernholz injured in one of the final plays of the last match against Kansas last Saturday. And wearing a boot on one of her legs today will be not available for K-State. So it's Liz Gregorski who gets the start at right side hitter for K-State, the Wisconsin transfer. Schmidt misfires on the connection in the middle. What changes for K-State with no Fernholz at right side hitter?
Well, you know, the veteran play of Fernholz just it's nice to have on that right side. She's got the middle kind of middle hitter mentality, the blocking aspect. So really, she really provided the block for K-State. So it does change a little bit. Gregorski's a little bit more of an offensive weapon than probably Fernholz is, and hasn't been playing 6 rotations. So it changes a little bit, but Gregorski's also a very veteran player on this court.
Won a national title with Wisconsin back in 21. Did Grigorski, who's now back to serve, 4-time Big Ten champion for the Badgers. And has been a back row and serving specialist for K-State all season. In fact, third of the Big 12 with her 31 service aces. Picking on the libero Halter. Right side for O'Neal off the block. Carter, big swing again off the block, gets a kill.
Great start here for Carter. She's had a little off shot play down the line, got Texas's defense off balance, and this time able to rip it high off the block. It's a big block. She's got to use hands as much as she can, and she'll find a lot of success tonight.
Texas first in the Big 12 in blocks per set, fourth in the nation in blocking. That huge front line. Swindle will drop it in and get the side out.
Yeah, Swindle, a tall setter, freshman setter, 6'3", more offensive. K-State's got to pay attention to her, even when she's front row. Already twice now, kind of attacking the ball when it's close to the net.
Over 160 attacks this year for Swindle. I mean, she, as you said, not just an offensive setter. She's going to go after it a lot. Great slide run by Schmidt.
Wow. That's probably the best slide we've seen from Brenna Schmidt all season long. Found an opportunity down the line and able to crush it.
Brock out of Eagle, Nebraska, outside Lincoln, and man, what a drive by a young lady that has really seen her first extensive action at Link this season. That move to Fernholz to the right side. Schmidt took over at the MB2 spot, and now Schmidt and Izzy Szulczewski with a block on the near side.
Yeah, we'll see Texas try to maybe take advantage of Szulczewski at the net. A little bit smaller blocker, but we know she has the leaping ability and great hands with her block.
Lauren Hinkle is in for K-State in the back row, so maybe giving Grigorski a little bit of a breather. Hinkle will step in for her for a couple of rotations in the back line. Off the shoulder of Winnes. Through the block, one-hand save by Hinkle to the net, but not over for K-State.
I imagine the rotation for K-State a little bit different with Grigorski playing that right side. Looks like she's not playing the back line back there for K-State right now.
Well, other than that one rotation to serve. Carter for the pipe. Dug, but up over the net. K-State. Szulczewski climbs the ladder.
That's why you gotta love Izzy Szulczewski for the Wildcats. She's got that fire. Big dig there by Skinner, but overpass, and you will see Szulczewski's not afraid to swing away at the ball.
Phillips on the right side, off the block of Clinton in Bolding. Molly Phillips, who hits .340 from the right side. Not quite the same offensive numbers she had this year that she had a year ago when she was an All-American and first team All Big 12, but still very good numbers for the 6'5" super senior.
Coach Elliott earlier this week talked about this is a veteran team. There's a lot of players that have been around, but it's also a new team, new dynamics. So a little bit different for Phillips, even with all of her experience.
Into the net on Bolding. So second time K-State's been in the net attacking Texas. And the lead is 2. Sydney Bolding coming off a tremendous match in the Friday match against Kansas last week. Szulczewski, another aggressive take.
It's not something they've probably been able to really scout on Szulczewski. You know, she is an offensive weapon at the net, but just hasn't had as many opportunities. So great timing there by Szulczewski. Saw the opening there, no one up on her, able to find the court.
See, Bergmark was somewhat slow playing that, thinking that she could slide out to a spot. Slight touch on Skinner. K-State gave it away over the net. Phillips right side, touch over the block.
Smart play there by Phillips. Saw the block was on its way down and able just to kind of tip it right over the fingertips.
Look here at the height of Phillips. 5 kills now for Phillips on 6 swings, no errors. Boulding, quick set, Meadow, and she's stuffed by O'Neal and Skinner.
The double block up there for Boulding. Gonna have to try to get that set up a little bit higher for her to kind of cut it around that big block.
Deep serve is out. That'll be Halter's second service there. And Kansas State will take over on the side out. Leah Carter leading the way for K-State with 3 kills, 2 for Szolszewski. And Sims back to serve. Sims has been an interesting story for K-State, as they also, when they made the change to go to a 5-1, away from their 6-2. Sims is taken over in the back row. While she doesn't get this one, she's played very well.
She has. She's done a phenomenal job. You know, a lot of pressure. That a lot of teams are serving at her as the freshman newbie kind of on that back line. So she's handled it well and really put K-State offensively in a better position with her abilities in the back row.
We're in the midway point of this first set. Carter, dug out by Halter. Skinner recognized the block was up. Back to Carter. Line shot, and she'll get it. Well, we talked about the passing of K-State in the back row with Sims, and more on the defense. We send it back over to Sophie Smith.
Hey, thanks, Brian. Defensive specialist Mac Morris and the Wildcats continue to be really special. Coach Mansfield said that they just want to be a really good defensive team, and adding Simone Simmons, like you said, in the back row has given them the chance to be even better. Teams know that with their very strong block, makes them very difficult to hit shots, and that defense has to be able to go in and pick those up.
Just getting touches from the big block has helped the passing in the back row, no doubt. Texas sides out on the Boulding serve.
Yeah, and just the defensive effort of Morris and Sims in the back where you see them flying around. And when you have a nice block, you got to be able to work those shots around the block.
Sims, a true freshman out of Frisco, Texas. I don't know if that ever touched the Longhorns. Well, they're going to say it did, and it's a K-State point. That'll send us to our first timeout. Midway through the first, K-State by 2 on Big 12 Now.
Yeah.
Liz Gregorski serving with the Wildcats up 2 in what has been a great one so far. Carter, block, but out. And Carter, who has now 5 kills, 3 of them have been tooling the block, so to speak, or using the block to her advantage.
Yeah, when you're facing a big block like this Texas Longhorn team, you have to use the hands of the block because they're going to get touches.
Gregorski with the serve. Skinner from the back row, dug by Morris over the net. Szolszewski sends it back over. Here's Winnis, and she gets it off the block. Winnis, Autumn Region, the last couple of years at Minnesota, transfers here, and now at the OH2 position behind Skinner.
Yeah, great touch by K-State block. Those are the sorts of plays behind that block, those touches they have to make and turn points on.
O'Neal. Carter trying to find the blank space in the middle, could not. Winnis. Schmidt. Carter tried to tool the block again, but this time Bergmark and Swindle hip to the game.
Yeah, I think important for Carter not to try to avoid the block, but use it, continue to use it because she's had a lot of success so far.
Sims backing up on that serve by O'Neal. All the way out left to Carter. This time a harder swing off the block. Texas gives it a look, but not able to get it in off the hands of Akana. Kayla Akana, the junior from Hawaii, the transfer from Nebraska, was the first to touch it, then Swindle couldn't get there. And Texas gives up the side out. Texas down 2 here in the early going. It's been somewhat of their MO this year, losing a couple in the early sets and then coming from behind. Carter to serve. Deep serve that might have been headed out. Wennis, an aggressive tip towards the center. Miscommunication, K-State plays it across. Swindle trying to dump it in, and she'll best the K-State defense.
Great timing there by Swindle. Smart play for a freshman.
Carter off the line. Swindle got a hand to it, but that was it. That pipe shot has been a story all year long, because early this season, that was a big struggle for K-State, but Carter has stuck with it in the tutoring by Coach Mansfield to come what she has now, which is a true weapon from back there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great option to have, especially kind of out of system. And that connection between Carter and Szolszewski has really developed here, especially as they moved into that 5-1.
Texas turns what looked to be a serve headed out of bounds into a finish by Wennis, who will rotate out. Also a product of Frisco, Texas. So spent some time in the same city as Simone Sims. Anaya Clinton in, gets the serve received, then gets it back. Clinton able to snap it in the corner.
That's such a good shot. I'll say it a million times, you'll hear me. That corner, deep corner shot is such a great shot. Big block up, but able to just keep it in the court, find that corner. You see there's no one there defensively. That's why that's such a great shot.
You know, this match meant a lot to Clinton, a Texas native out of Midland, Texas. Short serve by Szolszewski falls short. That's K-State's first service error. And it's a 1-point set here for the first. And Halter, who has service erred twice, will go back. Her 26 aces in the top 10 in the league and lead Texas. Clinton on the right, off the top of the block. Texas running for it. They get it to Skinner. Just across. Grigorski blocked, but out. She'll take it.
K-State doing a really nice job of just using what they have in front of them and those hands of the Texas block.
Sims with an ace. And Texas will use 5th-ranked Iowa State and 8th-ranked Baylor in straight set sweeps. Trying to make it 10 straight sets won here at home with Sims serving. Another good serve. Back to Skinner. Over the block. Kept alive. And then down by O'Neal on the overpass. Or the overdig.
Yeah, you don't want to leave anything close to that net for O'Neal. She's does such a great job of staying home and really defending the net.
6th year middle in her final year of collegiate volleyball. It's just feels like Aja O'Neal has been at Texas forever. There'll be a foot fault on the serve. Put over by Akana, but it is off the back line. An aggressive serve that is the first ace for Texas, and now K-State sensing momentum. Akana out of the timeout. Transfer from Nebraska, who spent last year here with Texas with the national title. Another line drive serve, this one right at Carter. She'll get it back all the way from the other side of the court. Thrown out to Skinner. And in behind Morris. And Texas has come all the way back to tie it.
Talk about a deep corner shot. Don't know if it could get more perfect than that.
Morris was hoping that it was going to go out. Akana has been tough with the serve. This time she puts it in the net. 3rd error by Texas on their serve. K-State by 1. And they'll serve with Bolding.
And Texas with setter front row, so only 2 hitters with Swindle.
Deep serve, Bolding with an error. And we remain tied as the teams trade side outs. And it's Skinner to the back row to serve. Skinner 25 aces, 5th best in the Big 12. And she'll service error. 6 combined service errors here with this first set, 4 by the Longhorns. And now Grigorski, K-State's best server, to the line. Swindle. Skinner from the back row, dug, but over the net. Texas back with it. O'Neal high, blocked. 3rd chance for the Longhorns. Wennis. Out! No touch! K-State wins the first. Skinner will start with serve. A transfer in her own right from Kentucky a few years ago. Last year, a 3rd-team All-American, 1st-team All-Big 12 player for the Longhorns. He's one of that very powerful 1-2 punch with Logan Eggleston on the outside. And an ace by Skinner to begin the second. Picking on Carter.
Yeah, K-State really passed very well in that first set.
Well, as you said, they minimized their errors. When you play a team like Texas, you just can't make errors. And a service error by Skinner will give it right back to K-State. So the Wildcats will side out. Skinner's got 2 errors.
Yeah, a big one there at the end of that first set.
Sholszewski. Two-time all Pac-10 or Pac-12 player. Big another block by K-State. Bolding at the heart of it with Grigorski.
Yeah, Grigorski doing a nice job setting up that block and allowing Bolding to get close. She finishes, presses nice over the net.
Mistake there maybe by Wennis going right at Bolding with the attack. Service error by Sholszewski. Talking with Jason Mansfield about Bolding, he had mentioned that, yes, her blocking numbers are great, but most teams try to avoid even going at her. So that's why you don't see her putting up just monster blocking numbers as far as matches. O'Neal with the serve here on Carter. Clinton from the right side. Morris got it down to get that, but Bergman, Richard Sr., former transfer from Cal, with the finish.
Yeah, K-State a little confused on that overpass. Thought maybe the ball was still on their side. But great hustle by Morris.
It's clearly over. Some Mansfield getting that from Dora Korniak. And a service error by O'Neal. Carter almost played it, but in the end pulled off. 6 service errors on the night for Texas. They've been chasing it aggressive, but a couple long, most of them into the net.
Yeah, we talk about that's that fine line you ride, being aggressive, but keeping the ball in bounds.
Swindle wanted to drive it in. Sholszewski got underneath it. Grigorski from the right, good swing. Skinner recognized. Again, an open spot for K-State and dropped it in.
That's so impressive from the back line, seeing the block, knowing where to place the ball.
Mentioned her numbers at the outset, 4.52 kills per set, leads the Big 12, 11th in the country. Those numbers. Thrown all the way out left for Carter and too long. That'll be the first error for Carter, second error, I should say, on the attack for Carter. 7 kills, still hitting .333. Even after that miss, Texas up 2. Wildcats won the first set, 25-22. look.
Been so impressed with Boulding's attacking over the last few weeks. Like she just came into a whole new level, found that of her game. Her connection with Sholszewski has been so good.
Two blocks in a row on Winnis, but the second falls out of bounds. Texas the point.
Much better job there by Winnis, using the block. K-State's putting up a nice one against her with Grigorski and Schmidt.
Sims at the serve receive. Quick set to Schmidt, got blocked. Carter. It's in a difficult angle. Two hitters left side. K-State got the block. Back to Skinner, and a touch by K-State. I mentioned Boulding a moment ago. Get more on her from Sophie Smith.
Thanks, Brian. Cindy Boulding put up some incredible numbers on her performance against the Kansas Jayhawks last Friday, moving her to 7th in the league in hitting percentages. Coach Mansfield said that she's been working really hard just to make her connection with Izzy Strzelenski a little bit stronger. She's shown how great she can be, and especially this late in the season, it's awesome to see.
And that number that you're talking about, as we see Carter get yet another kill, holding 15 kills at 625 with no errors in that Friday match against the Jayhawks to win 5. And K-State had some chances to win in 3 or 4, but couldn't pull it off. She added 6 digs, 5 blocks that night. Just as Jason Mansfield said later, she was otherworldly. Didn't matter. We had to get her the ball no matter what. And up by Morris in the back row. Carter, tough swing. Texas unable to get it off the block. And a big point by Carter. Back-to-back kills for K-State star outside hitter.
Yeah, great defensive effort by K-State. They're giving themselves opportunities to score points so big, especially when you've got good servers like Grigorski and Sholszewski and Carter back there. You want to try to earn points with your defense.
Mentioned that sky-high number for Skinner at 4.52 on the season. That's been the number. Grigorski with an ace to tie it up. That 4.5 kill percent number has been Carter here the last 7 matches. Coming into tonight, she has averaged 4.56 kills per match, and nearly 8% I should say, and 18 kills per match for K-State the last 7.
Yeah, lights out.
Grigorski, and a good serve. Phillips on the right, popped up by Morris. All the way out left for Carter. And another finish! Double digits for Carter, and we're not done with the second. We're not even midway through the second.
Yeah, just the ability to hit those out-of-system balls is just phenomenal for Carter. She finds the seams, and again, not trying to avoid the block, but using what she has in front of her.
You can see that behind the block, Swindle was waiting, but was not ready for Carter to cut that kind of angle. Skinner comes right back and hammers it off the block for a kill to answer back and end the 4-0 run by K-State. Carter in double digits for the 8th straight match. 15 of the last 16. Skinner now with 7, trying to join her in double figures. We talked about them at the outset. They are the preeminent hitters and players you would talk about, no doubt, coming into this one. The stars of the show out in full force tonight. Schmidt on the slide gets another kill.
Smart tip there by Schmidt. Again, not trying to do too much. Texas's defense was a little out of sorts there. One-on-one block.
Clinton and Hinkle come in for K-State. Hinkle for Grigorski to the back row. Clinton to the front row on the left side. She has just 3 swings, 1 kill. Carter to swing, or to serve, I should say here. Skinner over everyone, out of bounds. 3rd error for Skinner. And a timeout. Wildcats trying to get a substantial 2-0 lead against the Longhorns, leading 10-8 here in the second. Brian Smolder, Liz Wagner-Bush, and Sophie Smith back with you. And an ace out of the timeout by Carter. A friendly roll off the top of the tee.
Sometimes just a little bit of luck going your way. K-State will take it.
Absolutely. Dig on Phillips, but over the net to Texas. And then a beautiful finish by Skinner to end the rally. What a set by Swindle.
Yeah, just there was a little bit of miscommunication, chaos there, but Swindle able to get a great set to Skinner.
Swindle with some family in attendance today, and product out of Columbia, Missouri. Rockbridge High School, that is one of the two main Columbia high schools. Another service error by the Longhorns. That is 7 errors by Texas, and that's a big one. Akana, her second error, but she already had a couple of aces as well, and led a big service run for Texas in the first set. But her set is broken here. Now Morris to serve. Texas a bit out of sorts. Skinner trying to clean it up. An overdig by Morris. Right side for O'Neal. Clinton gets a swing off the block. Touched by Texas near the net. Block on Swindle. Not much room for Skinner, but she makes it work with the left hand.
Yeah. That high contact point ability to get up over the block. Tight set and get the kill.
Her father, Brian, and longtime NBA player. Team USA contender is Madison Skinner. Good serve. Clinton, big swing, got it. So Clinton changes up her shot. She had been going cross court, that time more towards the line.
Yeah, she's had a quieter night than what she's had the last few matches or times out for the Cats, but this time just slowly kind of getting her rhythm going, and you see heavy Carter action here early. We'll see how that plays out here as the match progresses.
Tremendous job by Swindle. K-State just not quite tall enough with Morris in the back row. Morris, 5'7", needed about 1 to 2 more inches to be able to get that. Swindle yet again with the offensive finish. She now has 4 kills on 7 swings. Swindle's season high is 8. And that 5-setter against Baylor, and now a block in the middle on Bolding by Bergmark. And just like that, it's a 1-point set. O'Neal. Clinton from the right side gets the kill.
Great off high hands benchmark. Didn't quite get those hands turned into the court. Clinton does a nice job using those late hands. They come in late.
I was watching a video that Clinton talked about her emergence here down the stretch for K-State and what she's done different. And one of the things she joked about was she had to adjust her sleep schedule. Carter's going to get a kill here off the back row all the way on the overdig out of bounds. But Clinton says she loves to sleep in and take long naps, and so she's had to work on what she had to work, how to prepare, like how to go and watch film and do the extra things that may have adjusted her nap pattern. So it's learning how to basically grow up a little bit. K-State wanted a double hit there, did not get the call. Carter changes up the swing and gets an easy one.
Smart play by Carter. She's been ripping away at the ball. Great timing. She's just her maturity and vision and decision making.
Sims sending one deep, couldn't get it in. Out left, blocked by K-State, but out. It'll be a Texas side out and point. That ends the 3-0 run by K-State. We mentioned Carter, we mentioned Clinton a moment ago. You did have something on the 2 left sides for K-State.
Yeah, that's right. They've just been standout performers since their transition to a 5-1 offense. Coach Mansfield said that being aggressive just comes easy to those two. He's been so proud of the load that they've been taking and handling that pressure. He said they've been putting in so much effort every match, every swing, and it just comes really easy to them.
Well, the numbers are not quite Liz Wagner-Bush numbers in the sense of 90 swings on a night, but in this modern era, you're pushing up over 60 swings. I mean, that's a big load.
It is.
This in rally scoring volleyball.
Yeah, because the games just move a lot differently with rally scoring. So yeah, 60 sets in a match. You know, Carter already at 21 attempts in this match. You see, she's really carrying the big load for K-State, but they haven't had the answer. Texas has not had the answer, so why stop going to her?
That's exactly right. 12 kills for Carter on those 21 swings. Bowling with a dig on the swing by Wenis, and then Carter coming back, couldn't finish. K-State wanted a double again, did not get the whistle. Sholszewski, quick set, Schmidt, kills up the middle.
There's been an evolution in Sydney Boulding's defense, not at the net, but in the back row. She comes in after she serves and plays defense, and you've seen her lately getting more touches, making some digs, and really that's going to lead to good points because she's a great server.
No doubt. Oh, easy finish by Bergmore, coming right back at K-State, an authoritative answer from the California native.
You've seen K-State move her. She was left back there that last rally. This time she was middle back, so they're kind of a little cat and mousing a little bit with her where she is defensively, so teams aren't taking advantage of where she's at in the back row.
So Boulding comes out after her serve is done. And now Carissa Barnes will serve an ace one off of Gregorski. Barnes, an interesting story. She came to Texas with the thought, I think initially, that she was going to take over the libero reins. With a graduation there for the Longhorns, she was an all-conference, multi-year, all-region libero of the year multiple times in the Southland for Texas A&M Corpus Christi, but lost the job to Halter. Carter, big swing, did not get the block, and the Longhorns climbed within a point. And Jason Mansfield will use a timeout. Kansas State won the first set 25-22. Got up by 4 in his first head coaching position, trying to be judicious and picking the right spot for him. He's had opportunities, but he took this one because of Aaliyah Carter and the pieces that were on this Wildcat team at outside hitter. Carter, another swing. Dug by Halter, but Texas a bit out of sorts. They get it up close. Skinner can't hit it over. A mistake by Skinner, her fourth error, and K-State by 2 in the second.
Yeah, missed opportunity there for Skinner. She had the angle and the ability to hit that cross-court shot, but just a little too sharp, finds the tape.
Gregorski to serve, asked to play right side hitter tonight for K-State with the injury to senior Katie Fernholz, who's been battling through a couple of injuries this year, and now a service error by Gregorski. 4 aces, 4 errors for the Wildcats on the night. Gregorski's shirt kind of looks like mine at the end of the night when you're wiping the makeup and it comes off on there. I can empathize, Liz.
Yeah.
Carter again. $13 for Aaliyah Carter. Season high is 24. That was last Friday against the Jayhawks. Good serve by Carter. Not much on it from Phillips. K-State goes middle. Schmidt again!
You talk about the evolution of Boulding, but Schmidt coming on tonight for the Wildcats. She's getting up, making herself available.
Little front slide there by Schmidt, moving right down the net towards the center. O'Neal hangs and scores. The veteran O'Neal, who in her own right has been battling through some injuries. Look how long she just hangs in the air on that.
And she's got such long arms, and you know, those levers, when you have those long arms like that, it really allows you to hit that high contact point, get a good angles.
Clinton. Schmidt got a dig off the block. Back to Anaya Clinton. Schmidt again with another dig. Clinton a third time, no. Skinner blocked, covered by the Longhorns halter. Back to Skinner. Tip try, up by Hinkle. And then Szulczewski looking for the touch, didn't get it. She's screaming that she got a touch. Running all the way over to ask the bench for a review. Oh, clearly off of O'Neal. This will be rather short and sweet. Daryl Korniak is our floor official. And as we mentioned, this was not a long review. A big point, because instead of it being a one-point set, Texas serving, K-State builds their lead to 3, and they are serving, needing just 3 points for a 2-0 lead. Kenzie Morris to serve again. At Skinner, and Swindle able to throw it down. 5 kills for the center, Ella Swindle. Former Missouri Player of the Year and a member of the U.S. Youth National Team. Back row, Carter. Texas is going to say they never touched it. 4 hits on K-State. And it's a 1-point set. Longhorns with back-to-back points. Wildcat fans trying to urge on K-State here. Texas trying to steal this second set, come from behind, and have it even up for the remaining best of 3. Clinton a mistake on the service receive. Morris does well to get to it. Carter sends it over. Texas in rhythm.
That was such a good block move by Clinton. I mean, she is up and over, pressing in that seam, which those slides, you hit that cross court, and she dives into that seam, shutting it down.
Unbelievable shot, as you see there by our folks with the camera crew. Clinton, incredible block against an All-American and O'Neal. A huge set out for K-State. Skinner blocked again, kept alive. Texas out left. Winnis out left to Clinton, high off the block. Longhorns scrambling. Winnis in the rally, couldn't finish. Carter gets it back in play, put over by Clinton. A momentum turner here. Winnis out. Did she get the touch? No. K-State point. Will Texas challenge? Jared Elliott headed to the table, and he will indeed challenge. Wanting a touch on K-State, and it was on Bolding.
This should be quick again.
Yep. Clearly see the fingers of the left hand of Bolding move on the shot by Winnis. So instead of set point, it'll be a 1-point set yet again, and Texas will be serving. Next year in this new home, quick ruling by Daryl Korniak. It was indeed a touch by Bolding. You had number 4 Nebraska, who is now the #1 team in the country. They were in here back in the opening weekend in September. TCU, which is right outside the top 25, sporting one of the best hitters in the country, Melanie Parra, who was at Texas last year. That was a 5-set thriller by K-State to win that. 25th ranked Iowa State, 8th ranked BYU, and now 3rd ranked Texas. O'Neal serving. This hit by Carter. Gregorski has to just put it into the middle. Texas a chance to tie the set. Winnis, left side, missed it wide. She pulled it. Winnis frustrated as it is set point for the Wildcats. 5th error for Winnis. In a critical moment, Simone Sims, who has her first career service ace already, the Texas native, to serve. Back row, Skinner, one-handed by Morris, but over the net. Longhorns. Swindle trying to dump it. It's knocked over by K-State. Out left, Winnis redemption time. Morris with a pancake save. Carter into the block, no. Skinner from the back line. That's it up by K-State. Szulceski. Here's Carter inside the pin. Row, credit to their backline defense. So here we go, third set. Does Texas have it in them to do what they've done a couple of different times this year? Come from behind, up against it, needing 3 sets to win it. Skinner. And she gets Texas started on the right foot with a smash on the left to get to double figures. 17 straight matches with 10 kills or more for Skinner, which is not unexpected considering how many swings she gets. The question is, who will join her with an offensive night for the Longhorns? So far, it's been tough sledding for everyone else. Clinton, blocked but out, and an answer right back by the Texas native, Clinton. How much does K-State want to spread the wealth a little bit about more here in the third set, or do you just, as hot as Carter is, you just keep feeding her? Yeah,
I mean, I think until they can shut it down or she starts to maybe make errors or things like that, you just keep going to her.
Here she is. Whoa! O'Neal leading the charge inside.
And you see they got the matchup there with Phillips there on that rotation, so big block for Carter.
Just the third block tonight by the best blocking team in the Big 12, the Texas Longhorns. Again, top 4 in the country. And a long serve error from Akana. That is her 3rd error tonight. And the 9th by the Longhorns. 2 errors on serve for Halter, 2 for Skinner, now 3 for Akana. Bolding, who has an ace. Texas misplays the serve. Skinner off the hands, gets the finish. Well, Madison Skinner has come out with a determined look here in the 3rd.
Yeah, you know, in watching previous matches, like I just knew that Madison Skinner was going to step into that role, and she does a great job. You see she's being a leader out there. She's accepting what she's got to do, taking on the challenge, and trying to lead this team to a victory.
She'll serve here. Carter trying an incredible angle and misfired out of bounds. So a couple of errors by Carter to begin this 3rd set. Carter trying to tell everybody she's fine. This has been some of the maturity change for Carter and the Wildcats, really. When things begin to go bad early in the season, they could not get things turned back around. That has definitely changed as the season's worn on. And here's Grigorski on the right side getting a kill.
Yeah, Grigorski honestly has done a nice job stepping into playing the right side for the Wildcats, setting up a nice block. When she's gotten opportunities to get kills, she's been doing it.
A veteran player, so you would think it's not out of the question for her to go to opposite. Sure, she's played there a little bit, but hasn't trained much there this season as an outside, as we see her make a fantastic dig in the back row. How difficult is it to slide over from the left and suddenly start playing on the right?
I mean, the angle that you're attacking at is much different. Your footwork a little bit is different. You have to really get your feet around the ball to be able to hit all angles. But, you know, they did that kind of 3-way rotation of their outside hitters initially this season. So she was a little bit on the right side, had some training there early this season. So it's not completely foreign to her.
It was back when K-State was in the 6-2. Carter, slow start to begin. Good effort by Winnis, but even crashing into us, she's unable to make the play.
I see a little bit more defensive effort by the Longhorns here, getting some touches on the block, trying to get those plays and get that ball turned for some points.
Skinner couldn't get it over. So back-to-back mistakes by the Longhorns, and K-State has tied things up here in the third. Playing with house money, up 2-0. Shallow serve coming. Texas scrambling. They get it out to Winnis. Big block on her. Tough night for Winnis. Swindle trying to finish, could not. Szulczewski gets a swing and finishes herself. Fourth for Szulczewski.
Szulczewski is a right-handed setter, so she has to turn her body and get a step close, and she has been so good at doing that. Her ability, she sees the block in front of her, and she has a great swing.
Szulczewski, another year left for K-State. She'll be back next year. Such an emotional player. K-State, I think part of their motivation, as they felt 3 good setters of going to Szulczewski and a 5-1, was the leadership and the emotion she brings to the court. Winnis blocked, got her own rebound. Set out right to Phillips, tip try, Morris was there. Controlled over by Clinton. Szulczewski!
That's twice now. Texas has almost set Szulczewski up at the net. And you love a setter who's willing to go after it and get the kill.
Fantastic look there at the Morris save, and then Szulczewski brings the crowd to full roar with that swing. Quick set middle, hit the tape, helps out the Wildcats. Carter from the back line, through a triple block!
You definitely feel that momentum all on the side of K-State. Texas back on their heels.
Morris couldn't get it over. Fit there by K-State on serve. Side out to the Longhorns. Morris still playing fantastic at the back line. 15 digs, and that gorgeous save a moment ago. Clinton. Woo! Bergmark Phillips.
We've definitely seen that block of Texas starting to come alive. They're starting to make some better moves. K-State, see how they can adjust. Try not to make errors. Try not to do anything different. Just hit higher. Try to find those seams in the block.
And now a mistake by the back line of K-State, an ace for Barnes.
And you'll see Hinkle is back there passing. I had noticed in practice earlier this week she was getting some reps actually passing, which she had been a DS for K-State for many years before she transitioned to setter. So we'll see Gregorski back in the game after a shank there by Hinkle.
Barnes has 2 aces. That might have been headed out, played by Gregorski. Carter from the back row looking for a little bit of daylight, couldn't get it in. Joust above the net, Szulczewski again!
We just love, she's just a spitfire out there, Szulczewski. She's not afraid. 2 big blockers. And the setter gets the last word there.
Going up against a pair of 6'2" all-conference players. To the ace by Szulczewski! She's doing it all for K-State! Jason Mansfield and his staff, it was one of their first requests in the portal was going after Szulczewski. They had seen a lot of her at Oregon State as Phillips. 2 hitters run to the right side, emphatic side out the other way, but the finish the thought on Szulczewski when he was at Washington. Steve Astor was out on the West Coast. They saw a lot of Szulczewski. They knew she was just a volleyball player, as they said. She's just a volleyball player, loves to play the game. Felt like they could build around her.
Yeah, those are the types of players you want on your team.
Clinton on the right side, gets the finish off the block.
attack there for Clinton. Great finish.
5 for Clinton. Has a big block here tonight that helped K-State win that second set. Sims. O'Neal, just a tap, and then a stuff by Skinner on the overdig by Morris. Akana. Such a tremendous serve. Gorgorski harder to block. Akana gets it up. Skinner getting right up to the net, finishes.
Wow, and credit Swindle. She comes across that set with, or that pass is clear to the left side of the court, comes through, but and Skinner, knowing her timing, trusting her setter and going up for the kill.
Texas by 1. Carter trying to change it, could not. She'll get another chance. Dug by Skinner, good positioning. Skinner for a 2-point Texas lead.
Skinner doing it all, gets the dig on that sharp cross shot by Carter. And then Skinner with the finish.
Carter has cooled off a bit now here in the third as Texas has focused their defense on the superstar. Swindle trying to get one over, and she'll get another kill. Swindle now with 6. So each setter has come alive offensively, and Texas with their largest lead at 3. Wildcat fans trying to come to life here as Akana goes to serve. She has been a tough server on K-State, but an error, her 4th. A new career high for Akana in service errors, and a break for K-State. They needed the side out, they get it. Boulding to serve. Boulding has an ace on her ledger. O'Neal on the slide, and Boulding could not handle that.
That's that classic slide by O'Neal, high contact point.
We'll go to break. Texas by 3 in a must. Their success against Texas, the Longhorns making a bit of a push in the third. And K-State out of the timeout, able to turn things around. You wondered if Jason Mansfield might take a timeout during that last stretch, but he's kind of ridden it through with this team, and each time they've been able to get an answer and keep Texas within shouting distance. They haven't been able to pull too far away in this third set. Now Gorgorski, K-State's best server, to toss it up. Low pass from Akana. Skinner for the back row. Morris digs. Carter using the block will get the kill. Bad break for the Longhorns as they got the stuff, but it landed out of bounds coming all the way down the net.
Yeah, just the speed at which Carter's bouncing that ball off the Texas block is giving it enough momentum that it finds its way out of bounds.
Carter now 2 kills away from her 4th 20-kill match of the year and 2nd in the last 3. Wennis, big swing, touch called. And K-State, not happy, is going to challenge. So the call is a touch, and no, unless Sims touched that. That was not close. And now the ruling, and there was not a touch. So 3 challenges, all successful by these 2 teams tonight, 2 by K-State. And we are tied here in the third. And the tough night for Wennis continues now. 6 kills, 6 errors for the former Golden Gopher. O'Neal off the block. Sims gets to it. Quick set, Schmidt. This time Doug in the back line. Wenis blocked. K-State wanted a double, did not get it. Carter. Texas was all over Carter. Another block on O'Neal. Popped up. Texas just trying to get anything in rhythm. Wildcats trying to end the rally. Carter through the block will get it down. All of the long rallies, it feels like, have gone K-State's way here tonight.
Yeah, you know, just the right bounce of the ball, the right touch off the block is just really, I guess, that home court magic K-State's really came into here in the last few matches.
Grigorski, good serve by O'Connor. Wenis, Grigorski digs. Back to Carter for 20. Could not get it there. Swindle again. Well, if it isn't Skinner, Swindle has been the most effective offensive weapon for Texas tonight. 7 kills.
You can see why Coach Elliott's so excited about what Swindle has still several years here in the program and just beginning her bright career.
O'Neal, and an ace! Well, the aces have been few and far between for Texas, but a big one there as it gives them a 1-point lead.
Yeah, O'Neal's had a really nice serve. Again, that high contact point, you see that with Sydney Bolding as well. Those middles able to put a good serve up for their teams.
Gorski misplays the service. He Sims with a dive to keep it up. And it's over. Free ball for Texas. Swindle again trying. K-State gets on it. 2 blockers go up on Solseski, so Schmidt with a clean look.
Again, that's what the prep of earlier, her being so aggressive and then seeing that block jumping, then giving the ball to Schmidt. Great vision by Solseski.
Schmidt having a banner night. 5 kills, hitting .400. Another good serve by K-State. Out left, Wenis. Blocked up by Solseski. Hinkle will send it all the way over to Clinton.
I got to see a replay on that. Where did that ball sneak through that block?
Aaliyah Carter to swing and to serve, I should say. Can't even think straight, it's so loud. K-State has come from behind to take the lead on the Longhorns, who led by 3 a couple of different times in this must-win third. Shallow serve by Carter. Tight for Wenis. And she got it, but she followed through into the net. Point, K-State. Wenis is going to say the ball was already on the ground when she went into the net. This will be an interesting challenge. Wenis did hit. This was a quick review by Daryl Korniak. And a point to K-State. Tough night for Wenis continues. A 3-0 run by K-State. Trying to do the unthinkable. Serve is deep, played by Akana. Out right to Skinner. Long! No touch! Timeout, Longhorns! And the decibel meter is going to start made a change as Mariana Singletary, the redshirt freshman at 6'4", middle hitter, is in up front to provide more blocking for the Longhorns. She replaces O'Neal. Swindle, a long way to get that. Wenis, touched by the block. Out to Clinton. Wenis again, finally able to get one in. Wenis evens her ledger. 7 kills, 7 errors.
We've really seen a kind of a change And Winnis is kind of just her demeanor on the court. You can see she's got that kind of no-quit attitude out there, and you saw it in that attack swing on the outside.
All Big Ten performer at Minnesota. A big pickup in the offseason for a Texas team looking for a replacement for Logan Eggleston. And now back-to-back blocks, and Winnis with a bit of a stare down on Schmidt after the block at the net. And just like that, Texas within one. And Jason Mansfield will use a timeout. K-State wants to refocus. Championship.
I mean, kind of this, again, this evolution of this team from the 5-1 and now to this the level of play that they've had has just really been quite interesting and phenomenal to watch. It's just amazing, and most teams maybe overlook that, you know, for K-State, because again, they're still not ranked after beating some high-quality ranked opponents already this season.
Part of that was the early part of the season where K-State stumbled against some teams. 13-10 record is not one that screams top 25 ranking, but I'll tell you, if they win this one, they'll be right in there, no doubt. Schmidt at the middle, another kill for Brenna Schmidt. Szulczewski picks the young sophomore, and she has responded. 6 kills for Schmidt, a season high in conference play. Morris to serve. Right side, Phillips, and a rare attack and finish for Molly Phillips.
Now you see they brought her clear from the left side of the court all the way around to the right, and then off the head, I think, of Clinton on that swing for Phillips.
Molly Phillips has not been involved much tonight, but does have 7 kills on her just 14 attempts. Texas sides out, down a point. A couple of aces already tonight for Barnes. Clinton trying to snap it to the near side, and a touch call to the net on Texas.
I felt like I saw a touch live. Good call by the up ref, because the line judges did not call a touch.
No argument from Texas.
Nope.
Yes, touch by Berg Martin. Szulczewski to serve. What a night it's been for her, a near ace. Free ball from the Longhorns, a rare free ball from Texas. They go to Boulder!
Wow. This is the attacking I've seen from Boulding the last few matches. It has been so very impressive. Great timing to set Boulding in that situation by Szulczewski.
Snaps it down at the 10-foot line. Off the net for Phillips, and she gets it anyway. You and I talked at intermission about it felt like Phillips was not getting the ball enough, even for the season for Texas. And back-to-back, they push it out right to her. Longhorns, very little room for error now. And a big service error. Third of the night by Halter, and it is match point for K-State. Trying to end a near 40-match losing streak to Texas to pick up their first win against the Longhorns since '03 and their first sweep against Texas since 2000. Phillips on the right, into the net, and up by K-State, and over by Morris. Still playing volleyball. Phillips again dug, this time by Morris. Carter to win it, no. Wildcat fans wanted that one. Skinner, again up by Morris. Put back in the middle, Carter to the heart of the defense. Just tapped over the net, K-State in system. Carter to end it, she does!
Wow, what a finish.
रिकॉर्डिंग स्टूडियो खोरी पाकर।
झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे। ना मिली मजा तो खूब गोरियाई रे, ना मिली मजा तो खूब गोरियाई रे। ढेर हमारा मिली हार जाई रे, तोरा जैसा ढेर हमारा मिली हार जाई रे, तोरा जैसा ढेर हमारा मिली हार जाई रे। झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे। भतार तोर भतार तोर भतार तोर खाई रे।
म्यूजिक बाय सुकेश राय।
झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, केतन भतार लगे बनबे पवित्र, जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर, जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर। केतन भतार लगे बनबे पवित्र, जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर। सन जे बिहारी से ते करबे ना सगाई रे, सन जे बिहारी से ते करबे ना सगाई रे, ज्योति सुकेश जी से करबे ना सगाई रे। झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे।
सत्यम रिकॉर्डिंग स्टूडियो खोरी पाकर।